series. If you give me those conditions, you say serious Gilgamesh versus Archer Emiya in a straight up one-on-one fight, who will win? Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Silver Fang, and today I'm back with another video. And today I'm gonna be doing something new. So this is the first episode of a new series that I thought of for the channel. And basically what it is I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on certain servants. Now, this is not the generic, oh, what type of skills do they have, feats, they did this, they did that. No. This is actually gonna be my personal thoughts on certain servants, whether I like them or not, whether I think they are useful or not, whether I like their design, whether I don't like their design, if I like their abilities, if I don't like their abilities. So I figure might as well start the series off with Archer Emiya. Now, this guy, if not most people's favorites, he has to be like probably the one of the most popular servants of the series. Straight up. He damn, like it's either him or Gilgamesh, one or the other. So yeah, like this guy is pretty amazing. So what are my personal thoughts on Emiya? Well, if you guys been with the channel for a while, you guys know that Archer Emiya is my favorite servant. Well, why is he my favorite servant? Some people like certain servants because of power, because of their abilities, how good they are, whatever. My thoughts on Archer Emiya are a little different. What I like about him actually, it's that he's not the most powerful servant, but I would dare say he's one of the most useful. Think about this for a second. The guy, like almost every archer, has independent action. This guy can maintain himself for up to 2 days. So that's pretty crazy. And within those 2 days, as we saw, this man is able to use his reality marble. He's able to fight pretty freaking well. So it's not like he's struggling to get mana. This guy is pretty freaking useful because of that. He consumes very low amount of mana. Another cool thing about Archer Emiya is that this man actually has, well, you can kind of say he has a moral compass, but he doesn't let it get in his way. Like, this man will do whatever he has to do to win. And that's what makes him so useful, because if you ask me, well, who's more powerful, Emiya or Gilgamesh? And I will say, well, Gilgamesh. But if you ask me, who would you rather summon in a Grail War, I would say Emiya 100%. Because unlike Gilgamesh, and the reason why I'm using Gilgamesh is because their abilities are pretty similar, based on the way they fight and whatnot. But Gilgamesh won't listen to anything you have to say. He does whatever he wants to do, whatever. And Emiya kind of does this too, but the way he does it is he tries to win in whatever way possible. Also, this dude is a strategic genius. Like, bro, the plan that he made in Unlimited Blade Works to defeat Medea, a servant that, if she was a full power or had a decent servant, even he stated that he couldn't beat her. He stated as much. Maybe he was selling himself short, or I don't know, but he stated himself that he couldn't beat her. Even though Medea was kind of weak at the moment because her master wasn't all that good. So grant you, Medea wasn't at 100%. Maybe maybe Archer Emiya was thinking of her as a full power heroic spirit, which we both know that she wasn't at full power. But even so, she has an incredible amount of mana. Like, this girl was able to maintain herself for 2 days without independent action. That is insane. That's how much mana this servant has. So Archer stated as much. He couldn't beat her. So what does he do? The man concocts this strategy where he freaking pretends to betray Rin, switch over to Medea, just so that she can let her guard down, so that he could swoop in at the right moment and cut her down. That's pretty impressive. For Fate, strategy-wise, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty good. So, yeah, like, and he even said it himself in his fight with Kukulin. What was the phrase that he used? He says something along the lines of, victory washes away dishonor. And that pretty much clarifies exactly what type of character he is. This man will do whatever he has to do to win. And when it comes to a Grey War, that's all you want. Not only that, but this man acts like an assassin while having the powers of an archer. What does that mean? Well, that means that he will kill masters if he needs to. He won't just go after the servants. If he has to snipe a master from 10 miles away, he will do so. He will do so. And that's what makes this man so good. Now, in Unlimited Blade Works, Rin was heavily influenced by Shiro and her feelings for Shiro. Therefore, she kind of restricted Archer a little bit. Like, Archer would say, let's do this, and she would say no, and blah, 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 blah. So if Archer would get a decent master, well, and by this I mean not magic-wise, meaning somebody who wants to win, meaning they will stop at nothing to win. Somebody like Kirutsugu. Imagine somebody that thinks exactly like Kirutsugu being Archer Emiya's master. This will be a freaking slaughter. It will be a freaking slaughter. Could you imagine that? Somebody like Kirutsugu freaking, oh man, this will be insane. It will be a freaking massacre. Like, you will have master dropping left and right. You saw what Kirutsugu did, and that's what in Zero, and that was while having Saber. And when I say Saber, I mean because Artoria usually has like this moral compass that won't let her do certain stuff, so Kirutsugu most of the times had to go behind her back and do certain stuff. With Archer Emiya, oh my goodness. Granted, he did make good use of her noble, but even then he had to force her. He made good use of her noble phantasm, but even then he had to force her to use it. So, with Emiya, bro, if you have a master that wants to win and doesn't care how he does it, this man is the servant you want. This man is the servant you want. He will assassinate. He would assassinate freaking servants, freaking masters if he has to. He will freaking assassinate freaking servants all day, and and is good because you could say, well, assassins do that. Assassin class servants do that all the time. But the problem is that most Assassin's class servants, if they find themselves in a pinch, meaning they're face to face with somebody like Colon, for example, as we saw in Heaven's Field, Hassan of the Cursed Arm was face to face with Colon, and he had to run away, and he couldn't do anything at all. Granted, Cursed Arm Hassan is pretty much with the weaker class of assassins when it comes to fighting potential, but that's the case for most assassins, to be honest. Once they find themselves face to face with one of the knight classes, most of them are usually screwed. The good thing about Emiya is that he's not an assassin. He just acts like one and has the skills of one. But this man can, if he finds himself in a pickle, he can actually hold his own. He can actually hold his own. So how would I describe our Archer Emiya in a nutshell? Well, I could say that he is the best average servant that you could ever hope to get. The best average servant. Because even somebody like Colon, who's extremely useful, not going to take that away from him. The man is a total beast. He is. But he has a moral compass that if he doesn't have the right master, that will get in the way. As we saw in Unlimited Blade Wars under CAREE. He and CAREE did not get along at all. Because CAREE wanted to do things a certain way. And Ku wanted to do things a certain way. And they just wouldn't freaking get along. CAREE wanted to go stealth. CAREE wanted to like assassinate people, whatever. Ku was like, no, I'm a knight. I want to fight. Archer won't care. He will do whatever he has to do to win. No moral compass to hold them back. And if he finds himself in a pinch, he can hold his own. Isn't that amazing? That's pretty freaking good. So again, Emiya, the best. And he's not average. He's actually above average. He's the best above average servant you could possibly get. At least from the ones we've seen in the animes. From all the ones we've seen in the animes, average wise, this man has low mana consumption, doesn't have a moral compass, extremely useful, has a plethora of noble phantasms at his disposal, has destructive power. So this man is good. And his design is freaking fire. You can debate anything that I said at this point, but you cannot debate that the man's design is freaking fire. That's something that we cannot debate. That's out of the freaking question. The man's design is fire. So that's pretty much it. Archer Emiya in a nutshell. Please let me know in the comment section below any other servants that you guys want me to cover. Next, I was thinking of doing Achilles. But if you guys have any other suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. This was a good video. Also, one thing about fighting power, one thing that I wanted to mention is because there's some people out there that think that if you like a certain character, you have to defend this man to your last breath. So basically, I'm gonna tell you what it is. So basically, if you ask me who would win, Archer Emiya or Gilgamesh in a straight up one-on-one fight, and Gilgamesh is actually serious. If you give me those conditions, you say serious Gilgamesh versus Archer Emiya in a straight up one-on-one fight, who will win? I have to say Gilgamesh. I have to say Gilgamesh. But there's some people out there who really believe that if you like a servant, you have to defend this servant against everyone and everything. And that's not being realistic. I like the servant. He's my favorite servant. My second favorite servant is Archer Gilgamesh. And compared to Emiya, where he's at, as to how much I like them, Gilgamesh is not even close. It's like Emiya's like right here, and Gilgamesh is like down here. And then freaking Achilles is right below Gilgamesh. But Archer Emiya is my favorite. But that does not mean that I have to say that Emiya can beat every servant. That makes no sense. Now, that's like saying, well, an anime that's pretty straightforward when it comes to battle, right? My favorite character in Dragon Ball Z. This is the most basic fight anime that you will see, where if somebody's power level is stronger, they'll win. That's it. It's pretty much done. There are some exceptions like freaking Krillin, but if the power level difference is too high, then Krillin can't do shit. He's smart, but he can't do shit because DBZ is all based on power levels, right? So my favorite character in DBZ is Gohan. So now if you ask me, who will win, Gohan or Jiren? Well, Gohan is my favorite character, so because of that I have to say Gohan. No, Jiren will freaking kick his ass. I have to say that. I gotta be realistic. But that doesn't mean Gohan's still not my favorite character. So I just wanted to make that clear, because some people say, well, you hate on Archer Emiya. I don't hate on Emiya. I just, if he loses, he loses. If in my opinion he loses, then he loses. It is what it is. I can't freaking make excuses for him, or if I don't personally think that he can win, just because I like him does not mean that I gotta lie to all you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to get that across. But yeah, Archer Emiya is the best. If you're a master, right? Let's say you watching this video right now. If you're a master and you got hooked into a Grail War, the servant you want to summon is Archer Emiya. This man will win you the Grail. This man will win you the Grail. Doesn't matter what he has to do. This man will get it done. If he has to freaking go off on his own for a week and kill 6 different masters, he will do that. He doesn't care. If you guys want to make a plan together, make this crazy ambush where you get all the masters together, kill them all, you can do that. This man will freaking shoot like a freaking Kalata bolt from 10 kilometers away, blow up the master's house, and the servant, if he's powerful enough, he might probably survive, but the master is not. The master is going to be dead. And then the servant is going to disappear. This man will do that. So yes, if you want to serve, like if you're forced into a Grail War and you have to summon a servant, Archer Emiya is the man. This dude is the man. Think about it. An average master can support the top tier servants unless it's an archer with independent action. And even then, eventually that archer, if the Grail War runs for a little bit longer than usually, like if the Grail War runs for over a week or so, whatever the number of days is, or whatever the independent action allows that servant to maintain his mana for, however many days it is, Like if the Grail War runs over that, then you're not gonna be able to support that servant. So Emiya, bro, this man is really low mana cost, and this man will win you the Grail. He will. So there you go. There you go. The dude is freaking amazing. The dude is the man. In a freaking world, not the most powerful. Never said that. Never said that. Never would even dream of saying that Emiya is the most powerful servant. No way in hell. But if not the most, he is one of the most useful, if not the most. So there you guys go. Archer Emiya in a nutshell. As I said before, I was thinking of doing Achilles next. If you guys have any other servants that you would like me to cover, let me know. I'll be happy to do so. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. As I always say, have an awesome day. Catch you guys in the next one.